Alright everyone, welcome back to some more of the house in Fata Morgana. I want to thank you all for the love and support you continue to show this series. It really means a lot. So right now we're pretty much hitting some important beats in the story, and we only have 3 days to try and save Morgana. So we're going to see how that goes, guys. So I hope you all continue to enjoy watching. Let's keep it rolling. Alright guys, and we are back. That's all I really want. He doesn't even have to be a perfect fairy tale prince. Have you ever told him that? What? Have you ever told him that he doesn't have to be the perfect brother? That you'd be happy with just having him there? Have you ever put those feelings into words? I'm always telling him I want him around. And that he doesn't have to be your prince to do so? He's already said he will be my prince. And he always smiles whenever I talk about it. So how am I supposed to turn around and say he doesn't have to be my prince anymore? I know it's not your intention to force an ideal image onto him, but unconsciously, subconsciously, that's what you're doing when you talk like that. And Mel, he's trying to meet those expectations. Actually, he may not be conscious of it himself, and he just believes deep down that that's the kind of person he's supposed to be. Or more accurately, he seems to have a need to make himself look good to others. He believes that if he's good to others, they'll be good to him in return. Am I a burden? I can assure you he's better off with you around. But I am a burden to him right now, aren't I? Be honest with me. Yes, you are. Does Mel not like me anymore? Is that why he's been avoiding me? I promise you that's not the case. At the very least, he's doing what he's doing now because of how much he cares about you. You promise? I promise. I love him. I love my Mel so very much. Too much, in fact. To be honest, I know I do. I understand that, really. I know I'm making his life difficult. But Mel's all I have. He's the only person I can latch onto. And I can't control my feelings. It can be difficult to tame your emotions at your age. There's nothing wrong with that. However, you should have taken stock of those emotions, sorted through everything you've got on your mind, and then sat down with him to talk it out. Even if those things you feel seem wrong or unspeakable. You should have opened up to him, taking the time to figure out what works best for the both of you. You two needed to face the things you carried in your heart, the things your brother carried in his. By not doing so, you end up never quite on the same page. Small misunderstandings piling up until it all comes crashing down. If they had just talked it out, communicated their feelings to one another, maybe their tragedy could have been avoided, even with Morgana's curse in play. If Nellie had only had the chance to come to grips with her feelings for Mel, then maybe things wouldn't have escalated the way they did. Her actions that night were arguably hysteric, but she wasn't always like that. I'm sorry. That was out of line. None of this is any of my business, I know. No need to apologize. You're a very curious man, you know that. Huh? We only met a couple of hours ago, but you talk like you've known me my whole life. It's like you can hear everything I'm thinking, see everything in my heart. Did Mel tell you all of that? No, he did not tell me much. I didn't think so. He doesn't know me that well. It's not too late, is it? If I talk to him, really tell him how I feel, do you think Mel will listen? I know he will. It won't make things worse. It won't make him uncomfortable. There is a chance that rifts may form at first, but those cracks can be filled again. And I promise you, the result will be something much better than if you had held it in. It will all work out. Okay. Next time I see Mel, I'll tell him. I'll tell him he doesn't have to try to be my prince. Good. You really are a curious man. You're the first person to ever talk to me like I'm a real person. Everyone loves to say how sweet and adorable I am, but that's it. I was only ever their make-believe princess. You are a real person, I assure you. Thanks. You know, after talking to you, I feel a whole lot better. Like I can do anything. I'm glad you came by today. And I'm glad I can meet you in person. It's weird. It really feels like we've known each other our entire lives. I've known of you for some time. Or perhaps I should say, what you will become. Huh? Oh no, ignore me. Was that supposed to be a pickup line? Oh man. Bad, Mikhail. I'm still too young for that. No, I wasn't. And now you're getting flustered. I swear that's not what that was. I know. Geez, do you really think I trust you that little? Sorry. Ooh, I just had the most wonderful idea. Oh? Yep. Instead of being my friend, I'll let you be something even better. Don't tell me butler. Don't tell me butler. You're my second brother. Okay, you know what? That's nice. I'll take that. Second brother? A brother is much more special to me than a friend. Though obviously you can't be my number one. I'm blanking. She's taking a liking to you. This is good for us. I'm not quite sure how I feel about her putting so much trust in me so quickly, though. The amount of time it takes isn't important. What matters is that you listen to her, you understand her, and you treated her like a real person. In her eyes, you're someone she can depend on. Do you not want me as your sister? Actually, I was the youngest child, so having a younger sibling would be what? Come on, spit it out. It would be rather nice. You bet it would. Who wouldn't want an adorable sister like me? That's a bit narcissistic, wouldn't you say? Well, it's true, isn't it? Go on, tell me I'm adorable, dearest Mikhail. Oh, she's adding the dearest now. What? Well, don't just stare at me. If my Mel were here, he wouldn't bat an eye. Please don't compare me to him. You know, now might be a good time to tell her about Morgana. Part of me feels like I would be taking advantage of her newly earned trust, but it'll certainly be easier to bring up now while she holds me in such high regard. She's much more likely to believe me. You're right. I agree, now's probably the best chance we'll get. Especially considering how little time we have. I can't shake the feeling I'm rushing things, but at this point all I can do is go with it and pray it works out. If we had the time, I think we'd all like to hold off. Nelly looks like she's having so much fun. And even you seem to be enjoying yourself. No, I'm just... It's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm having fun watching you myself. Let's do it. Let's tell her about Morgana. We have to do it at some point anyway. Yes, let's. Nelly, do you mind if I ask you a question? What is it, dearest Mikhail? Ask me anything you want. Have you heard of something called Saint's Blood? You mean the medicine? Yes, except it's not actually. I know, yeah. It's actually the Saintess's blood, not medicine. But no telling. You... what? One day before we moved here, when it was just me and Mel, the Saintess came to visit. My mind had been all foggy for a long time, like I was not quite asleep, but not quite awake either. But when I heard her soft, pleasant voice, the fog cleared a bit. And then she performed a miracle for me. Blood is awful and gross and terrible, but the Saintess, hers is different. Hers is pure. So you're saying you know everything, Nelly? About the observation tower and... Huh? The tower? What about it? That's where they keep her. What? No, the Saintess is always in the chapel. And she stays here with me. She comes back at nights. In fact, she should be here any minute now. So she thinks the Saintess is the nun and not Morgana. No, Nelly, that blood comes from... I'm really, really grateful to her. She didn't just perform the one miracle. She's been taking care of me while I'm here too. So whenever I see her, I always say thank you. I thank her for sharing her blood with me. And she always says it's nothing with a big smile. Nelly, no. The nun has no idea. She just assumes Nelly's thanking her for giving her the medicine. I owe the Saintess my life. No, Nelly. She's not the one you should be grateful to. Huh? The girl you owe your life to has been locked up, suffering and alone even as we speak. But the Saintess is at the church. The girl who came to visit you is not the nun everyone calls the Saintess. Her name is Morgana. What are you talking about, Mikkel? The Saintess is locked up? Stop that. I have no idea what you're talking about. Everything I'm telling you is the truth. Please believe me. While you were lying in bed, sick and barely conscious, did you get a good look at the Saintess who gave you her blood? You didn't, did you? You couldn't make out any details because your mind was a haze. And then, when you arrived at this estate, you met a woman who people called the Saintess, giving out medication known as Saint's blood. So you assumed she was the one who had cured you. That's the story you chose to believe. Oh, man, I missed some dialogue there. If what you're saying is true, then where's the other Saintess, the one who came to see me? At the top of the mansion's observation tower. The door to the tower is locked. She's imprisoned there. And how do you know this? Excuse me guys, sorry about that. Because it wouldn't be wise to tell her I'm from the future just yet. That would only serve to confuse her further. All I need to convince her of right now is that Morgana is being held in the tower. There's an idea. Perhaps I can borrow from the story the white-haired girl told Mel. I received a letter. A letter? There's a single window, far out of reach, in the chamber at the top of the tower. A dove flew in through the window, and so she wrote a letter, tying it to the bird's leg and releasing it in the hope someone would come to set her free. That letter ended up in my hands. If that's the case, then who locked her up? Was it the Saintess? The one I know? No, I don't believe the nun is aware. I think she's simply doing her job in good faith. Then who? Mikkel. I know very well that what I'm about to say will likely crush her. But I can't let that stop me. Who would do such a terrible thing? Nelly, I want you to brace yourself from what I'm about to say. There are 3 men participating in Morgana's imprisonment. And one of those 3 is your brother, Mel. I understand that that's the last thing you wanted to hear, but please believe me, I would not say something so upsetting lately. I wish to save Morgana, the true saint. And I would like your assistance. Without your help, I can't get her out of that tower. I need you to get through to Mel, otherwise both he and Morgana will remain entrapped. That's not true. Nelly. You're lying. You have to be. My Mel would never do something so horrible. You're a terrible liar. It's true. I swear to you. You think I'm gonna believe that? My Mel's an amazing, wonderful person. He's not cruel and evil. He's a good and kind like a prince. And a prince would never lock someone up. I know you're not blind, Nelly. You can tell. You can see that all your prince talk has been putting pressure on him. So, you think that's gonna change my mind? He has no reason to do any of that. But he does, Nelly. He's certainly not happy about it, no, but he's doing it for you. What do you mean? He needs her blood to keep you healthy. So, to ensure he always had a supply. But no, And despite that, Saint's blood probably doesn't even have healing properties. No one benefits from doing this. Not you, not Mel, and certainly not Morgana. And I don't think anyone can stop him except you. Mel won't listen to me. Did you not just say you would talk things through with him? Just shut up! Stop talking already! I'm done listening to you. Nelly. I'll never believe you. You're not my brother anymore. You're just a horrible, horrible man. Who do you think you are to march in here and try to make my Mel into the bad guy? And after I made you my second brother? What's wrong with you? I trusted you. I ate nasty pie and had tea with you. But you're just a mean, evil man here to turn me against my Mel. I know you don't want to believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. Every word. I beg you to open your eyes. Ask him yourself. If you don't believe me, then ask Mel about Morgana. I guarantee you, he'll panic. Enough! Enough already! Get out of here! Get out this instant! Nelly, don't say my name. Just go away. Get out of here! Now! I don't want to see you ever again! I should have just chased you off the moment I saw you. Get out now! I pray you can find it in yourself to open your eyes and face the truth. Get out! One last thing before I go, Nelly. It was my only option. I know that. But I feel like all I accomplished by telling her was bringing her more pain. It's a difficult balance. We just have to pray that you were able to get through to her. I'm sure she'll come around. If only we had a little more time. In 3 days, it will all be over. Morgana and the entire web of people connected to her will die. It's not enough time. Let's return to the mansion and look for Mel. I would like to speak with him. If there's a chance we can get even the smallest bit of Nelly's feelings through to him, maybe he'll have a change of heart. Hopefully. It's hardly going to be elegant, but it's what must be done. Yeah, that really sucks, because he went through a lot of trouble to talk to Nelly, and we, she opened up to us, and she was so nice about everything, and she really wanted to have Mikkel as her new brother, or second brother for that matter, but then we had no choice but to kind of ruin it for her. Did you just get back? The Saintess was telling me you went to see Nelly. What do you think? Sweet girl, isn't she? That she is. Though she can be a bit of a handful at times. I'm glad you could keep her company for a bit. Now, just to be sure, you kept the lid on all your crazy talk, right? She treated me to some tea, nothing more. The stuff with the flower petals in it, yeah? She thinks it's some kind of charm to make it taste better. Girls seem to have a thing for stuff like that. Mel. Could you spare a bit of time for me? We need to talk. Sure. Can it wait a bit, though? I have to run a little errand after supper. When I'm done with that, I'll meet you in your room. Alright. You think the errand is bringing Morgana her meal, presumably. We might be able to catch the three of them opening the door if we trail Mel. It's too big a risk. Mel's already wary enough as it is. I concur. And we don't know how the other two might react either. It's best to play it safe. No one's gonna come to our defense if we're caught. Not at this point in time. So we'd be better off waiting in our room. Agreed. I'm more worried about the fact he may actually bring the other two with him when he meets up with you. Though winter has receded and spring is well upon the land, there's still a sharp chill to the night air. Even with the window shut, the wind still manages to slip through the cracks, making the candle flame waver. Neither Giselle nor I say much of anything. But nevertheless, when she does speak, the sound of her voice, soft and pleasant, relaxes my nerves. The faint sound of her breathing reminds me I'm not alone, that she's there, always watching over me. When the candle's about half gone, the door swings open. Sorry it took so long. What did you want to talk about? You didn't bring anyone with you? No, I didn't. Who did you think I would bring? No one. I was just checking. Now, I'll get straight to the point. You're afflicted with a great deal of remorse, are you not, Mel? Pardon? I know what you're doing, what you're involved in. I know the girl at the top of the observation tower very well. Her name is Morgana, and you have her imprisoned in that tower. The door requires 3 keys to open, of which you possess 1. You need her for her miracle blood. How? I came here to stop you. How do you know any of that? It's not possible. She could have told anyone. Did one of them tell you? No, it wasn't them. I was told all of this by Morgana herself. Morgana herself. Sorry, guys. It's I don't know, man. How could she? What I'm about to tell you is going to seem impossible, but every word of it is the truth. I am not from this time. Many, many years after her death, Morgana's soul told me what happened to her. What? What are you even talking about? She's still alive. You're not from this time? What? Are you mad? Can you come up with any other explanation for how I would know everything I know? There's a single window in the room at the top of the tower. A small, insignificant thing that sits high upon the wall, and entirely useless for communicating with the outside world. In 3 days' time, during the Harvest Festival, Morgana will die. And I must prevent that from happening. Prevent it? To do that, I need your key. Will you give it to me? There you go, talking nonsense again. You know, I warned you not to kick up any dust for your own sake, but I guess I didn't get through, huh? I don't care who you are or where you came from. All that matters is that you intend to stand in our way. What, did you think I was just a helpless little boy? That you could take my key without any trouble? Well, you'd be right about that. If it was only me, stealing my key and setting her free would be a trivial matter. But it's not only me. And the other two, they won't hesitate to kill you. Your life, anyone's life, means nothing to them. You don't know what they're like, how terrifying they can be. They're killers. I'll tell them everything you told me. I'll tell them you know our secret. And don't come crying to me when they come for you. I warned you. Is that what you want? Will you find the comfort you seek by being their devoted little slave and keeping Morgana imprisoned in that tower? What else can I? If you feel at all ashamed about your part in this, if you want to do something to correct it, then you need to take that step. You can't fix this problem on your own, no. But I'm here to help. I'm not ashamed about anything. Don't lie to yourself. Don't act like you know how I feel. What the hell is your deal anyway? You show up out of nowhere spouting all this "I'll save you" and "I'm here to help" rubbish. You need to do this for your sister. See, now that's ridiculous. If I wash my hands of this, I won't have access to the witch's blood anymore. And without that, Nellie can't get any better. She'll die without that blood. Her blood has no miraculous healing powers. You only believe it does, making it appear to work. You're mad. Morgana's blood is not curing Nellie. In fact, it may very well be killing her. If you keep giving her that blood, Nellie will also lose her life during the Harvest Festival. What? You're standing on the precipice of a horrific tragedy, and you're going to take everyone down with you if you don't turn back now. What are you? All three of you are going to lose everything on the day of the festival, and there's only one way to prevent that. You have to set Morgana free. You're insane if you think I would believe that. Nellie's going to die? Could you have told a more mean-spirited lie? You're the one who's trying to kill her. I'm just trying to save her. And you're going about it the entirely wrong way. Do you have any idea how lonely your sister is right now? You should be at her side. That's what you should be doing instead of stealing a poor girl's blood. I've heard enough. What do you know? If I lose Nellie, I'll have no one. My whole world will collapse. This was the only way I could keep that from happening. This was my best option, my only option. So no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep Morgana locked up and I'm gonna keep stealing her blood. And I'll hand you over to the other two and I'll have them kill you. You'll regret ever showing your face. Mel, is that really true? What? Do you really have the Saintess locked up? Why? What are you doing here, Nellie? That man told me I had to talk to you, and he said if I didn't have the courage to do it myself, to wait outside his room tonight because he was going to get the truth from you. Oh, he played this smart. You conniving son of a... You were planning this all along? Why would you tell Nellie? Why would you bring her of all people into this? Mel. Tell me, Mel. Is it true? Nellie, are you really keeping the Saintess prisoner and stealing her blood? And you said you would have him killed? I never thought you were such a terrible person, Mel. I can't believe you would do such despicable things. No, you're not my brother anymore. Nellie! Mikkel, go after her. Alright, time to go. We have to stop her. Bring her back. Nellie! Don't follow me. Just go away. Leave me alone. Stop. If you run away from him now, Mel will never come back from this. Then why did you tell me? Why did you tell me what he was doing? If you hadn't said anything, everything would still be fine. We wouldn't be in this horrible mess. If you hadn't said anything, I could have kept on believing in him. No, things wouldn't be fine. Why can you not see that? You shouldn't put your faith in your ideal brother, but your real one, the boy in that room stricken with regret. If I hadn't said anything, the facade would have ruined you both sooner or later. No, in truth, your relationship was already broken. You were simply ignoring the spreading cracks. I know on some level you had realized that Mel was keeping something incredibly important from you, and that the secret was tearing you apart. There's nothing good about this though, and I will never go back to the way we were. We can never go back to what it was like when we were kids, just the two of us playing together every day, having fun. Everyone's childhood comes to an end. The flow of time is impartial. You cannot fight it. What you can do, what only you can do, is choose how you change. But, I will admit, I am the one who opened your wounds, and now I'm putting the responsibility of tending to them onto you. It's cruel, I know. But if you don't come to terms with Mel and make him withdraw his participation, even greater suffering awaits you far in the future. It's not over yet, and you cannot let this be where it ends. The bonds you formed over the years are not yet broken, and you can do what I was never able to. You can still repair your relationship. But I'm scared. Scared that my brother, that my Mel, could do such terrible things. That he could say he would kill you. He used to be such a good brother. He was always so kind, so friendly to everyone. But it was all a lie. It was all a big act to fool me. No, it was not all an act. There was truth to it. He is a kind-hearted boy, an ordinary young man, whose kindness was twisted by circumstance. And it doesn't matter how good a person someone is. Everyone has the potential to do terrible things when backed into a corner. You think you know everything. I know that much. Nelly, if you want your brother back, you have to act now. Please, you must take action. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. This has been pretty dramatic. It went from pretty lighthearted back to to where it is right now. The way it just shifts from one thing to another so fast is amazing. I love this story so much, and I'm rooting for it. Right? I was just rooting for Mikkel and Giselle. Now I'm rooting for everyone. I'm rooting for everyone to get the ending they deserve. I'm rooting for Nelly and Mel. I'm rooting Morgana. I'm still on the fence right now, just because of what she put us through. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But for now, guys, I want to thank you all for watching, and as usual, until the next one.